I'll tell this story and then I'll stop talking because just because I tell too many stories. But the way that I actually started acting, or at least got interested in it, and perhaps this was my manifestation story, if you want to call it that. But I remember being at Disney World. I was a teenager. I was a teenager. And I want to say it felt like Epcot Center, but I remember people being dressed up in Western attire. So I thought that it was Frontierland, but let's just say it's Frontierland at the Magic Kingdom. And I'm walking with my mom and my younger sister, and there is this acting troupe.
Mm-hmm.
And they're putting on this show. And they're getting ready to start their next performance. And so they're pulling people from the audience. And I look over, and there was this thought that popped into my head. I don't even know if it was really a thought, but maybe it was a feeling first of, oh, this looks interesting. And it was an improv group, and they're pulling people in, and I look over, and then I had this thought of, I kind of want to do that. But then there was still me being like a bit scared to do it. So I split the difference, and I say to myself, I have this bottle of water in my hand. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drink this water in a very obvious manner. And the sheriff is going to see me drinking this water. And he's going to call me the town drunk. And he's going to send his deputies to come and get me because I'm like falling over. And I say that if he does that, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to perform. And if he doesn't, one meant to be. Not going to worry about it. So I have my little water bottle. I take off the cap. I do one of these things like this. 2 seconds into me drinking the water, the sheriff looks over and he's like, he's falling over. Go get him. His 2 deputies come. They run over. As soon as they get to me, I go right into character. I just slump on their shoulders like this, and they're dragging me to the front of the audience and everything, like right into the show. And so I get up to the front of the show, and they put me next to the sheriff. And I'm probably going to ruin the show for people who don't know this, but I'm going to ruin it anyway because it makes the story that much more interesting. But they put me next up to the sheriff, and when no one is looking, he kind of like gets up close to me, taps me on the shoulder, and he says, listen, every time I tap you on the shoulder, I want you to say, I'll drink to that. And I'm still in character, so I'm like this, and I'm like, okay. And he doesn't let anybody see this. So he starts the whole show, and he's going through it, and everybody everybody has like their role. All the people that he pulls in the audience, everybody has a role. And I'm just standing there doing my whole thing like this. And I'm a teenager. I've never been drunk, but I'm doing my fucking best. And at one point, he nonchalantly taps me on the shoulder. And then I go, I'll drink to that. Because he set me up for it.
Okay.
So he did the setup, and the punchline is, I'll drink to that. And so the first time he did it, and the timing was perfect, the crowd just went fucking wild. Like the crowd is just like laughing their asses off. It was just fucking perfect.
Okay.
And it just, he goes on, he does his thing, everyone else does their thing. And every so often throughout the show, he just does the nonchalant tap on the shoulder. And I'm like, I'll drink to that. That's my only line. That's it.
And it got a reaction every time?
Every single time.
And how'd that make you feel?
Bro, I sat there and I was like, this is what I need to be.
That's when you got the bug.
This is what I need to be doing
Okay.
with my life. Yeah, yeah. It was every single time he did it, it got a reaction, and it was a bigger reaction every time.
Okay.
And I was just like, this is fucking dope. And I go up to after the show was done, he comes up to me and he was like, dude, that was really awesome. He was like, thanks for really, rolling with it and everything like that. And I'm, oh no, thank you for bringing me on and so forth. I was like, this is really dope. I appreciated this. And then I think my mom and my little sister were looking at me and they were just like, where did that come from?
Okay.
And I was just like, yeah, this was just real cool. And I can't remember this woman's name, but I did a short film some time ago. Man, it's an actor. Her real name, I believe, is Ashley. I can't remember, but she, awesome actor.
Mm-hmm.
I told her this story because it was part of a kind of like a actor meet and greet kind of thing that we did before shooting this film, so we could get to know each other. Because in the film, we're dating.
Yeah.
And she told me where that comes from. The whole "I'll drink to that" thing comes from. I cannot remember it. I'm not even gonna try and butcher it. But I told her this same story. And she actually told me where it came from, and it was really cool because she got it. Like when I told her this whole thing, like she just really got it. And yeah, it's that. That's why I do this. Like I always go back to that as to why I do this. And I didn't pursue acting after that until my last year in college. So that was like high school, and then I went through all the way until my last year in college when I started when I joined this acting troupe. Shout out to EW. Shout out to EW from the RIT Women's Center, I believe it was, because it was an acting troupe called Staged Sex, and he was really like my first acting teacher.
Okay.
Because it was like educational theater, where we had this troupe where we just went through these scenes for the freshmen, so that they could get a sense of what they would encounter in their first year. And so it was kind of one of these improv troupes where we would do a scene, freeze halfway, bring in the students, and then have them figure out how to get out of this scenario.
Okay.
And it was really cool. And
So that sounds like one of those corporate exercises, like on how to handle irate customers.
Sure.
They'll have an actor come in and pretend to be an irate customer, and then they'll have the manager come in and try to like diffuse the situation.
Yeah. So it was something similar to that. And that was one of the things that just fueled me to go on and just keep doing it. But like you said, it's always this thing of you do the thing, and then there's these people who are just like, oh, that's dope. The smile, the laugh, whatever it is.